Hi, it's Trevor. Welcome back to the Dad Bod or Bus Kitchen. I'm alone today for a change because even though the kids are home from school, they're off either playing with the neighbors or downstairs working on a new Lego set. But that gives me a little bit of time to work on a side dish for supper tonight. And if you've got two main ingredients and a little bit of creativity, you can certainly use this either as a main course if you like, or even a great side. And what I'm going to do here is teach you how to make a base, and then I'm going to jazz it up a little bit to match our dinner tonight, but feel free to do whatever you want to do to make it your own. I'll show you how to jazz it up a little bit as well. So what we're going to do here is a little play on a recipe that my wife found for me that's called crack slaw. And really I can call it crazy slaw, you can call it delicious slaw, whatever you want to do. Basically it's just a side dish that is based on a package of coleslaw. What could be easier than that? The other main ingredient that we have is some ground beef that I've got going already here, and we're going to mix that up, and then that's going to give us the base to make it really whatever we want to do. So what I started with here is just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and then a couple of cloves of garlic. If you got the jarred garlic that you like to use as a time saver, feel free to do that. I do that every now and then as well. And then we go ahead and brown up our ground beef. It really doesn't matter to me what kind of ground beef we do. We have we get ground beef from my in-laws, which is great, so we'll never complain about that. But even if it is a little bit fatty, you feel free to drain it if you want to. Otherwise, I just like to use that to give it some more flavor. After your ground beef gets going there and some of the fat starts rendering off, I just like to put some minced onion in there. What that'll do is, as it's reconstituting in the oil, it's going to take out the great flavor of the garlic and the ground beef, which is going to add just another layer of flavor to your dish. So we're going to get this working here a little bit. In addition to the garlic and minced onion that we have in here, I'm going to hit it with a couple of cranks of our pink Himalayan sea salt, just to give it a little salty flavor there, and also a couple of grinds of our fresh cracked pepper. Salt and pepper always going to give you great flavor to work with here, especially on your base. So as we get going here, we're just going to let this cook for a little bit, and again get the minced onions reconstituted in there. And as you can see, it's starting to tighten up a little bit already, which is fantastic. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take what could be easier than a bag of coleslaw. A little bag of coleslaw. We're going to go ahead and open this up here. This is a 16-ounce bag of coleslaw, and we're going to dump this right into the ground beef. And we're going to let that cook up for a little bit. Let that wilt down. If you see some big chunks of cabbage in there, you can go ahead and take those out. Nobody likes really biting into those huge pieces there. Now, if you've got some more time and a little bit more know-how in the kitchen, you can certainly make your own coleslaw from a head of cabbage. Just mix that up real nice and go from there. So this is going to be the base, like I said, of our side dish, our crack slaw. And tonight on the menu, I believe Erica has Chinese on the menu tonight. So we're going to have some orange chicken and some rice. So we're going to give this a little bit of an Asian flair to go with that. So, but like I said, be creative. Whatever you want to mix in here at this point is really up to you. We're going to go with some Sriracha and some soy sauce and some sesame seeds. But if you want to go with the chili flakes and some peanut butter for a Southeast Asian thing, you can certainly do that. If you're having Italian, you want to go kind of a tomato sauce base, you can certainly do that. Or an old recipe that my Grandma Merlin had for taco salad called for Dorothy Lynch. So you can certainly put some Dorothy Lynch into this, or creamy French dressing, whatever you like there, and you can have kind of that play on taco salad as well. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this. I really like using this for a side dish because it gives us a little bit of a crunch. Here from the coleslaw, but if you really wilt it down, it's almost kind of a noodle consistency. So it can be kind of a replacement of a noodle if you cook it down here. It's because it has the strength to that cabbage leaf. the cabbage, the carrots in here. They're going to really hold up with whatever kind of sauces that you put with them, and really, you know, take on the flavor that you have. So it's a great way to have a really versatile side dish. And like I said, all you need to start off with is the ground beef and the coleslaw mixture. And once you do that, then it really can take on any flavors you want it to. So this has been cooking down for a couple of minutes here as you've been watching. The cabbage is starting to wilt a little bit. It's starting to become a little bit more pliable, which is nice. So at this point, I'm going to add some of our seasonings. And what we're going to do here is we're going to give just a dash of soy sauce. And then my new favorite go-to, Sriracha. Last time we did this, it was a little bit it was a little bit hot for us. So on the base here, I'm going to mix it up just a little bit less, maybe a teaspoon or so of the Sriracha, just to give it a little bit of that heat. Of course, if you want more heat, you can always add to it later. But as we're cooking for the family, we want to make sure that it's palatable for everybody. So then the last thing that I'm going to hit this with here is just some sesame seeds. Just so we got the sesame seeds in there, go ahead and be generous with those. Sprinkle these in here, and then we'll give it a last toss and get it ready to go in. So like I said, you can make this up ahead of time. The longer it sits in the refrigerator, really, you know, it just takes on more and more of that flavor, which is awesome. So it's great the day of, but it works really well even if you want to make it ahead, if you're meal planning, or just have leftovers, you know, for lunch the next day. You can't go wrong with having this in the refrigerator. And even just if you want to make up the base, you know, you could certainly, if you're meal planning for the week, you can mix up, you know, a big bowl or a big pan of this base here, and then as you go throughout the week, you can mix in your Sriracha and soy sauce, you can mix in your tomato basil, you can mix in your Dorothy Lynch, whatever flavorings you want to have in there for the week. But a really, really easy, quick and easy, simple meal planning idea here with the crack slaw variations. So whatever you want to call it, I'm going to call it delicious. I can't wait to have this tonight with our orange chicken and wild rice. But it's going to be really something that will just kind of kick up a normal evening dinner just up another notch, having this crack slaw along with it. So like I said, feel free to make any variations you want. If you find a great variation that works for you, feel free to post it in the comments. Let us know what's going on in your kitchen and how you've been able to jazz up your version of crack slaw for your family. So unfortunately, I don't have the kids here with me today, otherwise I'd have them sign off for us. But this has been another Dad Bod or Bust Kitchen. Looking forward to getting into this crack slaw, having this for supper tonight. Have a great day. Be happy, healthy, and give us a like, leave us a comment, and check out the new YouTube channel that we're starting, Dad Bod or Bust. Joining us here in the kitchen. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.